You know the Eagles are going to beat the Rams tomorrow night on Sunday Night Football, right? You know this. And the reason why they're going to beat the Rams can be summed up in one word. Controversy. I'm ready to go. Then, when it's all said and done, you're going to go to the doctor and you're going to get a physical. You better get your prostate exam. Go get your prostate exam. No more waiting. Get it done. I'm not getting that done. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. You're 42 years old. Get it done! Look at you. Look at you. Everybody, Lou King Ding back here. And before we get started, we gotta say this. Eggnog time, yo. It's beautiful. Now, you know the Eagles play the Rams tomorrow night in a must-have miracle win situation for the Eagles. They got to win this game to even have a chance of having a chance to get into the playoffs. Now, man, my wig looks terrible. It's terrible. It's horrible. It looks horrible, especially when you take your glasses off. Ugh. Sorry. I thought I'd look better with a wig on. I gave it a try. I figured a blonde wig. I'm in California. Yo, what's up, dude? Surfer dude. Ain't working. Hold on 1 second. There you go. That's more like it. Now, the Eagles play the Rams. This is a huge game for the Eagles. I'm sorry I didn't get to do my preview video yesterday. It was my wife's birthday. Shout out to my wife. Happy birthday, baby. I love you. I had a great time. And we had the day planned that we were busy all day and he came home too late. So that's why I didn't have a video out yesterday. But this game, the Eagles need. They need this game. And of course, Carson Wentz is out. Now, I'm very upset about this Carson Wentz situation. I'm not going to lie. I am very pissed off about it. Especially after listening to the most bizarre, and I mean most bizarre press conference I've ever heard by Doug Pederson. What he was talking about, and I'll put the link in the description, was absolutely insane. It was insanity. He was talking about Carson Wentz's injury evolved. It evolved, but it's nobody's fault. Nobody knew anything. It just happened, but it evolved. And he wouldn't explain what that means and what really happened. And clearly, he is covering for somebody or some group of people, maybe the medical staff, because somebody screwed the pooch. Somebody messed up this whole thing with Carson Wentz, and it's a shame. Now, the chances that Carson plays the rest of the year is probably pretty slim. I would sit him out and I would rest him the whole year. I think he needs it. And to think about what this guy did with a bad back for all those weeks is truly incredible. The numbers he was putting up, the things he was doing was incredible. But clearly, we all knew something was wrong, something was off. He couldn't move around like he did last year, and it was clearly evident by just looking. So why didn't the medical staff look at it? Why didn't the coach look at this? Why did they not look at this? Now, I went back and I watched some of my older streams, starting at the Colts game, Carson's first game. Now, clearly in that, he was moving around and we were talking like, oh, look how he got out of the pocket. Look what he did here. And that happened for a few weeks. And then all of a sudden it stops. It stops. And the question is why? Because it's about the same time he had a bad back and he was limited in practice. Yet they put him out there anyways. If they didn't put him out there and rested him then, he would be playing now. And that's what pisses me off. We talk about Carson's got to do more. He's got to be more careful. He's got to protect himself. All these things all season. But the coach has to protect your quarterback. You have to have a line that protects your quarterback. You have to run the ball, take pressure off the quarterback. These are all things. And clearly Carson got hit way too much this year. He got hit more than any other quarterback in the league, I'm willing to bet. He has been hit so much, it's not a shock he hurt his back. I mean, any quarterback should not take that kind of beating. And in the offseason, the Eagles' first priority has to be protect Carson Wentz and put weapons and a running game around him to protect him, to help him out, because he's taking too much of a pounding. And I think heads better roll for what happened. And I'm hoping Doug is holding out till the offseason to fire the medical staff or whoever needs to go, because somebody clearly screwed up. Now, I'm pissed off about this Carson Wentz thing. I really am pissed off about it. But at the same time, Nick Foles is starting tomorrow, and I want him to go out, and I want him to double moonwalk the Rams' ass. Now, I think the Eagles are like 13-point underdogs. The Rams are stacked. Todd Gurley, Goff, all these guys, the guys they got on defense, Sue and Donald. They got tons of guys. We know how good they are. We know they're one of the best teams in the league. They're coming off a loss to the Chicago Bears, where they struggled. Now, the Eagles, they got Nick Foles. They got a banged up defense. The odds are stacked against the Eagles. We know this. We know this. But there's just one thing that I keep thinking about. The Philadelphia Eagles fan base always has to have controversy. It has to have controversy. It has to have something to bitch and fight and go at each other all off season about. And if the Nick Foles comes in and he plays and they lose, nobody's going to be talking about Nick Foles versus Carson Wentz all off season. But if Nick Foles goes in and beats the Rams, then you're going to have half the fan base to say, Nick Foles is our starter the rest of the year no matter what, and next year we should stick with Nick Foles. We're going to have a full-blown controversy. That's why I'm picking the Eagles to win, because we couldn't have it easy where we just lose and we get eliminated. No, we have to have a controversy. We have to have something to fight about, and people would be fighting. Now, me, there's no question. I don't care if Nick Foles beats the Rams, goes in the playoffs, wins Super Bowl. I'm sticking with Carson Wentz as my quarterback of the future. But you would have a full-blown controversy. And let's face it, the Rams, they may not be playing their best football right now. Maybe they're set up for this. And Nick Foles, we know he can handle high-pressure situations. He'll be having the spotlight of Sunday Night Football, and you never know what could happen. Nick Foles could go in and double moonwalk their ass. It wouldn't shock me. Nothing shocks me about this league anymore. So, who knows? But the Rams should go in. They should destroy us. They should beat us by 21 points. It should be an easy victory for them. And they move on. We come home and we start thinking about maybe getting Nate Sudfeld some reps towards the end of the year and thinking about next season. But it's never that easy for Eagle fans. So I expect the Eagles to beat the Rams tomorrow night. I'm going to say 28-27 in a final drive scenario where the Eagles upset the Rams, because it can't be easy for us. Now, I want the Eagles to win. I'm rooting for them. I'll be rooting for them. I'll be live streaming, and hopefully do. Hopefully we sneak in the playoffs, and we'll deal with a quarterback controversy in the offseason. I can deal with it. I'll be sticking up for my man Carson Wentz. That's just the way it is. But I think the Eagles are going to pull the major upset tomorrow, because I wouldn't expect it any other way. So, we'll see. What do you guys think? Be sure to join me tomorrow night for Sunday Night Football live stream. I'll be talking to you guys later. Take care. And, hey, don't be a dingbat.